Hear that? If you listen, you might just be able to catch it. The world celebrating the end of the wild polio virus in Africa. The disease that in the past had paralysed 350,000 children a year has been brought to its knees by, guess what? Vaccination. Quite an achievement really, with a pandemic raging around the world, isn't it? And it's this expertise and network of health support that may just be the equal of the coronavirus in Africa. How? Well, let's find out. Let's get virtual. Contact tracing was the central element of this gargantuan and incredible eradication effort. The WHO's polio programme with mobile phone apps for wild polio. And now they're being adapted to track and trace and battle COVID. But here's why they were so successful with polio. Global solidarity. Wild polio has been all but defeated because important groups work together. The CDC, the WHO, the Rotary, Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation and UNICEF, to name a few, along with local partnerships and donors from countries around the world. Including the scientific and research community, placing the emphasis on training healthcare workers, families, even kids to understand how they can help by creating a movement that mobilised massive numbers of volunteers to help get the word out. Testing. The eradication of wild polio happened because of being able to detect the virus, testing kids regularly, especially in areas that were a little more prone to outbreaks. It's because African countries have had to deal with far more than us, like yellow fever and Ebola, that they are in many ways better prepared to deal with the coronavirus. Finance. Completely eradicating polio globally still requires money to make it happen, and it's because of this investment that Africa is celebrating such a huge success. So funding is massively important for developing the tests and vaccines needed to beat the coronavirus on such a huge scale all around the world. Trust. The rise of misinformation and skepticism and truly ridiculous conspiracies where some even believe that our world is, well, not round, has flattened trust in science. But the truth and belief in the polio programme was one of the main reasons that the battle against wild polio has been pretty much won. A win for science, vaccines and public trust. Aww. But a nationalistic race where one country is first to the COVID vaccine prize is really not the best solution either. Creating the right vaccine, the best vaccine, properly tested and trusted globally that will save us, well, then yes. But like the unpacking of the Human DNA Genome Project, the world's largest collaborative biological project ever, all the nations of the world, rich or poor, need to join hearts and hands to understand that a disease in one country, no matter how small, is something we all need to help tackle and cure, or else all of our shared futures will be very bleak indeed.